A warm welcome to all lovely ladies and super achievers to today's webinar on International Women's Day. I'm Smita Kumar, the co-founder of Medicircle, India's second biggest healthcare media platform. Medicircle is conducting an exclusive webinar on the occasion of International Women's Day with women entrepreneurs who are leading healthcare startups. I proudly introduce Medicircle to our guests and viewers today. Medicircle is the voice of healthcare on the online platform that gives voice to all the stakeholders of the healthcare industry, be it doctors, healthcare startups, and investors to healthcare professionals and the government. We have more than 10 million unique visitors and are growing, spanning India. We aim to inspire and empower our viewers and readers by enlightening their lives in meaningful ways. UN Women has announced the theme for International Women's Day 2022 as Gender Equality Today for a Sustainable Tomorrow. The theme celebrates the right for every woman around the world in shaping a more equal future for our human race. Today, women have taken over in terms of professionalism and setting up standards for their expertise in various sectors. And when it comes to healthcare, women entrepreneurs have come a long way and developed a niche for themselves. This has definitely created a great impact not only in the healthcare domain but also on other walks of life. The current scenario witnessed the change in the arena of entrepreneurship when it comes to women arising as successful business leaders. It is a great chance for women not only in corporate and business sectors but also on the non-corporate front. We continue to live in a world with a bias of being a girl child. People often have a belief that a girl is a liability and a boy is an asset. Why such bias? Let's break this bias and the so-called norm. So here the question arises, are we equal in all walks of life? Are we future ready to face all the challenges? Well, our women business leaders have come a long way from managing homes to running multinationals, also making the correct business decisions at the right time and emerging as successful business entrepreneurs. We applaud such women as the pride of India today. All over the world, it is estimated that approximately one-third of the business organizations are owned by women. In India, the position is nearly the same. Welcome to this webinar, Gender Equality for Women Empowerment. Today, we have invited leading women entrepreneurs to this event as they share their experiences with us. To begin with, we'll be sharing some facts, but before that, let me start with our first panelist. I think Dr. Deepa has yet not joined us, so we'll be starting with Deepa. So our first panelist is Deepa Shah. She's the co-founder and director of Novalysis Technology. So hi Deepa, welcome to International Women's Day webinar at Medicircle.
Firstly, Smita, thanks a lot for this opportunity, and it's really wonderful connecting with this powerful packed women house today who have their own inspiring stories, because we all know entrepreneurship is a journey and it is a continuous learning that we go through. So let me just quickly introduce myself. I am the co-founder of Novalysis Technologies. We are a product-based health tech IT company based in Pune, working in this domain since last 8 years. We have a pan-India presence across 40 cities with a flagship product, which is About My Clinic, which helps doctors manage their digital identity. And other than that, we also have our teleconsultation platform. So we are a one-stop solution for all the healthcare enablers, seekers, and healthcare providers with all the services that are looking in to use to enhance the service delivery. Our vision is to humanize the healthcare technology. And today, on this occasion of International Women's Day, as we celebrate the power and potential of women, it is very important for us to encourage women to be a part of this journey, is what I believe, because unless and until we participate in this journey, we really don't understand the power that we have within ourselves, because ultimately every person or every woman needs to know that everything lies within us, and it is for us to realize that potential and just go it to get it. We know that we have all our challenges, but I always believe in one thing: डर के आगे जीत है. So just follow your dreams and just chase it. The horizon is yours, and you are the winner. Because ultimately, we know that there is no alternative to success. And so I always believe that we have to keep on experimenting until the magic happens. So that's what I would really like to share with all these women entrepreneurs. Um Thank you so much, Smita.
You're most welcome. So I think the message for International Women's Day is pretty clear out there for all those women entrepreneurs, those who are trying to start something of their own. Definitely, it's the right time. It's the best time to be in healthcare startup. Calling upon our next panelist, Duvvuru Reddy. She is a co-founder of Viva Life Innovations Private Limited. My question to you, Duvvuru, is what inspired you to start your journey?
So yeah, once again, good afternoon to one and all present over here, and I'm happy to know that I'm gonna learn a lot from 12 and 13 more female entrepreneurs present over here. Yeah, I can say that it's my own problem. When you think of solving problem, you first think just to solve it, right? But when you deep down dig into it, when I take my own problem, it's a diabetes. When I has dig deep down into it, I came to know it's not only my problem, but it's the problem of 537 million individuals who are suffering with the same problem what I'm suffering. What can be more inspirational than feeling that you are going to solve this problem, right? So this is what inspire me daily, to be frank. I hold the responsibility. I wanted to do something big. I wanted to solve this problem where more lot of citizens are facing it. So yeah, that's what inspires me most.
So thank you so much, Guru. Because see, we always have something which inspires us to solve a problem and to do something big. Because there are a lot of problems, and these are all opportunities around us. So,
Yes.
so hi, Crystal. Over to my next panelist, to Dr. Crystal. She's the founder and CEO of True and Trusted Leadership in Healthcare. So, hi, Crystal. Tell us, did you face inequality in your journey of creating a startup? And if yes, how did you overcome such instances of inequality?
In terms of inequality, I think from a socialistic standpoint, I wouldn't really say I faced much inequality because I had a lot of support around me. But I think from a personal standpoint, I'm juggling being a mom and being an entrepreneur. And I think that was the hardest part for me, was to really figure out where to set my boundaries. Because I'm learning that, and I'm learning that every day. But we have to, I at least have to really be clear on where I'm setting my boundaries when it comes to business, when it comes to family. We wear very many different hats, so I have to set my boundaries sort of as a wife. What type of quality of time do I give to my husband? Setting boundaries with when I'm going to engage with my kids, and making sure that when I'm present, I'm fully present. I'm not on my phone doing emails. I'm not looking at Excel sheets. So I think as a startup initially, because I did not have those boundaries set, or I did not maybe schedule my day without the entire family and my network supporting me, that was probably the greatest struggle I started with. But I had to use my voice, and I think that's we as women. We use our voice a lot. Sometimes it's not as constructive, maybe as it could be, but I had to learn how to use my voice more constructively, to be a little bit more deliberate into what I was wanting to say, to be very intentional of what I was wanting as well. So I think earlier on in the startup phase, it was truly just setting boundaries and using my voice much more effectively to make sure that it's not just I who know it, but those around me are also very clear of the boundaries I was putting in place. And that was very new. It was very new for the organization. It was also very new for my family.
That's great to hear from you, Dr. Crystal. Uh, let's invite Dr. Aparna Das. She is the co-founder and CEO of Jatayu Healthcare Technologies. So, hi, Aparna. Uh, my question to you is, what inspired you to start your journey?
Hi, Smita, and hi, everyone else. Thanks for, first of all, thanks for inviting me on this amazing panel of women founders. And like how I started, I just give a little bit introduction about me and the company first before I tell you how I started. So, I'm the co-founder and CEO of Jatayu Healthcare Technologies, and we are building AI-based solutions for the healthcare industry, specifically doctors and other healthcare professionals, to basically make the entire medical report making much more easier and user friendly for all stakeholders, doctors, patients, etc. So that's basically what our company does. And with this background, it'll be easier to understand why I jumped into it. So I had a stable job at a very good pharma company, Denmark, and but when the pandemic hit, so many healthcare problems were like staring at me. I mean, they've always been there, but sort of the pandemic accentuated all those problems, and I just felt so helpless, like seeing other people struggle with like basic things like medical records, etc. So I decided to like do something about it, and for a long time I wished somebody else had done something about it. But then during the pandemic I was like, this is it. I mean, I have to this is a problem that I face as a patient, and I understand this industry. So I mean, why should I wait for somebody else to start solving this problem, and I should do it myself. So that's where the entire journey of Jatayu started. So me and a couple of others got together, and we started this company, and basically it's to make a difference. I think all entrepreneurs, all founders start with that vision that you want to make a difference. Everything else is, I mean, once you have that vision and that passion, then everything else sort of falls in place, and you just have to believe in yourself and believe in your idea and what you're going after, and the universe conspires to get things done for you. So that's what I believe. And the other thing that I would like to say is, on this theme of break the bias, I think a lot of biases also exist within our minds. And I think it's first we should get rid of those biases within our minds, and then the world is our oyster. So that's it. So that was how I started Jatayu.
So I mean, it has been really, really a commendable journey, and congratulations for the latest grant also that you received, Dr. Priyanka. Over to
Thank you so
Aastha.
much.
You're most welcome, Dr. Aparna. So I'm welcoming now Aastha. She's the co-founder of Med Delivery. So hi Aastha, welcome to Medicircle's International Women's Day celebration. There are so many women entrepreneurs there who inspire us and actually sometimes lead us to successes also. So in your case, are there any such women entrepreneurs whom you have looked up to?
So my source of inspiration was Falguni Nair. She's a very amazing entrepreneur. So she has been the source of my energy. So Falguni Nair inspired a lot in my journey to start what I wanted to start. She was trying to do something in cosmetics, which is a very, very fragmented industry, and she did it quite well. So that was an impressive journey that she's had. I'm trying to do a similar thing in consolidating the pharma supply chain, where, especially particularly in non-metro markets, it's very difficult for a shopkeeper himself to find medicines. So we are trying to build up a platform where it is very convenient for the shopkeepers to find medicines, and the shopkeepers are able to serve their patients pretty well. So we are trying to empower them. The way she has empowered the entire cosmetic industry, it was so much. I mean, there was a lot of fragmentation. There was a lot of You can't find the right brands. You never know whether they're the originals or not. So she was able to do that in cosmetic industry. That was very commanding. And I'm trying to do something like that in the pharma industry.
So definitely this journey has been very, very fulfilling for all of us who are here discussing their successful journeys. And but definitely these successes are also mixed and pulled up with some of the learnings which we have during the journey. And let's share those learnings also, which would be really, really inspiring to our viewers also, and to all those fellow women entrepreneurs who would be watching this show. So now welcoming Laxmi Sardeshpande. She is the director and CEO of Ninapod Healthcare. So hi Lakshmi, welcome to Medicircle.
Hi. Good afternoon to all of you and wish you all a happy Women's Day. This is indeed a day to celebrate. Nonetheless, every day is celebration for a women like us who have, made their journey so far with so much of sacrifices and so much of effort, balancing work, life, and families, etc. So, yes, welcome you all, and I'm happy to be a part of this on this platform.
Thank you so
Yes,
much.
Smita, thank you so much for arranging this, and I'm really, really glad to be here.
Same here, because definitely inspiring words by so many women-led and women's entrepreneurs would be definitely great, especially on the International Women's Day. So Lakshmi, my question to you is, what advancements are you seeing on gender equality?
Okay, so let me just give you a little brief about my firm. So basically, I have this agency. It's called Nicanor Healthcare. So we are into promotions, branding for all healthcare, skincare, cosmetics. Even now, we are diversifying into mainline advertising. So basically, yeah. So out and out, each and every need of a brand or any service, any campaign awareness, anything that requires a larger platform to reach to, we design and make the strategies and the collaterals, whatever is required for that. So, that's what we are into. So let me tell you, I am a doctor. I have worked as a physiotherapist for almost 8 years. I'm still doing. I have my panel of physios. It's a different business which is being taken care of, and I'm mainly into this because the crave for creativity pulled me to incept something like Nicanor Health. I used to work in agency before, but what inspired me to put my own foot and make a differences. When you're working in an agency or any corporate firm for that matter, you are always bounded or probably limited or stunted, I would say. And not because anyone wants to do that on purpose, but there are layers, there are this thing. But I recognized and I thought, I cannot be bounded by this thing, my creativity, my innovations. I want to explore it more. And also, work-life balance and family, it became more easier for me when it is my own this thing. I have full freedom to limitlessly create what I want to do. That's what inspired me to incept Nicanor. So today we are catering to all kind of pharmaceutical clients and skincare, healthcare, also OTC products, branding and campaigning. That's what we do. Yeah, so that's it. And now coming to what advantage I have seen in my experiences, one is the productivity increases. I would not say like that when men are not productive in their work, but when it comes to female, they are, probably well versed with multitasking and, putting their heart and soul. Men have less patience compared to, this is my experience. It's like not being biased over here, but then it's like, they have more patience. They have, the productivity overall increases. So, and the added to this thing is when we manage the household, the management starts from there itself. So we are so easy in taking it so forward. I mean, I would say Indian culture is a little bit like that, but now even we are also progressing and advancing so much that there is no gap per se. But nonetheless, there is 5-10%, always you see. But advantage of, having, female battalion is really, more productive. And they know how to manage each thing and give the required time, and not even what do you say, sacrificing their family life or whatever, like that way. So they are very clear, very decisive, like that way. So I would say, and company reputation, goodwill also, when a women entrepreneur does so much of this thing, overall country reputation of the company reputation also is quite a proliferate thing. So then, it's a boon. That's what I would say. Yeah.
So many say that we women multitask the best way. So I think it's no such thing that we are not able to manage multiple things at one thing.
Yes.
I think women are born with this beautiful quality, and so that
absolutely
things.
Probably they can retain the talent also more better, because in the household we get this thing how we are managing every person, and probably the judgment of a person, how they are thinking, what they are thinking, and what is their next move, which helps a lot. Like people skill is really developed well with females. That's what I think. So that's an advantage to any company, any firm, that way if you can go. So that's what I feel.
Thank you so much, Laxmi, for your valuable views there. Inviting my next female panelist. She is so we have a lot of women entrepreneurs, and all are coming from different startups. Some are medtech, and some are doing. There are some female entrepreneurs who are doing very good in healthcare, and especially preventative healthcare. I'll be inviting Shweta Gandhi. She's the co-founder of Nirogyan. So hi Shweta, welcome to Medicircle.
Hi Smita, thank you for having me here. And it's already empowering to be a part of this panel. You feel like, you are not alone. So there are so many women out there, especially in healthcare. Yeah, so we should do this more often. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I'll just give a brief background about what we are doing at Nirogyan. It is something similar to what Dr. Aparna also mentioned. So we are simplifying medical lab test reports, making it more comprehensible to a layman, a common man, somebody without a medical degree. So as you can see that, most of the people during the COVID times, they were helpless. So yeah, that's where we wanted to make a difference, where, nobody should feel anxious. Nobody should feel that pain while they are navigating the healthcare machinery. Yeah. So yeah, that's about Nirogyan.
So, but yes, the name is itself very, very powerful. And my question to you, Shweta Gandhi, is what lessons have you learned from your journey or struggle whenever you were starting to build something from scratch? Definitely, there are so many problems that come. So, in your case, what were some important lessons that you learned from this journey?
Sure. So yeah, it's a long journey. So you learn every day, and like all the women over here will vouch with this, that every day is a learning day for you. So yeah, one key attribute that I learned personally was patience. And as Lakshmi also pointed out, that maybe females are blessed with that. So maybe that was one advantage. But yeah, it might sound cliche to any struggler that, patience is very important. But I think that's what holds you, that keeps you grounded when everyone around you is making, good salary. There, it's not like that you will have an increment at the year end, right? It's an ongoing journey. And when it happens when you basically detach yourself from just your limited self. If you are thinking about what you will get in the end, what will be my gain, then I think you're bound to get impatient. When you look at the
Hmm.
larger picture, the bigger vision that you started this with, then I think it gives you that strength to carry on. When you see the impact that it gives to the end user, from where it actually all began. So I think that's what really keeps you going. So that was one. Second is, what I also realized, that it's always sum of parts. It's not like only you can come and make the difference. Even the maid who was working for us, she was our first employee. uh, I I used to feel thankful to her as well. So I think contribution of each and every person, the humans that come, not just men or women, everyone that contributes to this journey. I think they help you build the company day by day. So yeah, these are two important things which I wanted to share, and I guess most of the women over here will agree
Sure,
with
sure,
me.
sure. We
Yeah.
completely
Yeah.
agree. And thank you so much, Shweta, for your kind words. And definitely, it would be inspiring all the women entrepreneurs and especially the women viewers who are viewing. But before we go ahead, I'll be just sharing some eye-opening facts about women entrepreneurship. Like, did you know that there are only 7 women entrepreneurs for every 100 Indian entrepreneurs?
Yeah.
Women entrepreneurship in India is worse than in countries like we have both in Botswana and in Nigeria, Ghana, according to the Mastercard Index of Women Entrepreneurs. A mere 7% of women in India are in earning positions. That's also worrisome facts. And this section of the population contributes to 17% to India's GDP. A report on entrepreneurship claims that women-run businesses can create employment for over 150 to 170 million Indians. That's a very big opportunity for all those Indians who are seeking employment. And if lot and lot more women start their own businesses, I think definitely eradication of such a big problem and of unemployment can be done. Let me ask you, like, are you aware of that there are around 6,878 health tech startups in India, and only 2% of the funding goes to women-led startups. So it is a big shout to all those there, entrepreneurs especially, and these investors who are watching women-led webinars on International Women's Day, that why women are lagging behind when it's especially funding, which is very, very important for any startup to grow. And we women, all women-led startups are just getting 2% of the entire funding. The RBI survey also found that women had raised around 42.9% of their funds from friends or family rather than angel investors, incubators, or
Hmm.
venture capital firms. Here, I
Right.
would like to stress this fact that we should definitely be having more such webinars, especially focusing on these points and advocating these such points, not just on International Women's Day, and also such incubation firms which are only for the women entrepreneurs, so that the women entrepreneurs also get good chances to scale up. So mind-boggling facts I shared with you, and are definitely some women out there are lagging behind because the environment is also not at all supporting in much cases. So, well, not anymore. Let's learn from other experts who are here and they have reached their pinnacle of their careers. And even if they have these roller coaster rides in the initial journeys and still now, but still they are trying to figuring out solutions from the problems, and it has kept them going. There are motivated women, and they are working towards the success of the startups and also the success of our country. So, calling upon our next panelist, we have Neha Sinha, and she is the co-founder and CEO of Epoch Elder Care. So, hi Neha. I hope you agree with the facts that I'm sharing, and it was really, really stressing out that we women are not getting good chances for funding.
Thanks for highlighting that point. I think everyone is aware about this, but it needs, just because we are aware, we sometimes normalize this fact, right? So it's important to highlight it and remind our ecosystem that, we need to kind of be out there and support other fellow, entrepreneurs to reach the same, height.
Yeah, Neha, as you are also doing very good work in especially care for senior citizens. Your organization, Epoch Elder Care, is working behind this important cause. So, what advancements, Neha, have you seen on gender equality?
Yeah, I think Smita. So I've been, I founded Epoch, co-founded it about 10 years ago. So I've had a decade of experience doing what I am doing, and also Epoch got acquired last year. So I've had various kinds of experiences. Things are definitely changing in the sense that there's more awareness. But just a couple of things that I would like to share. Literally two things that I would like to share, which I sincerely believe in. One is that, women rights, what is women rights? Women rights is nothing but equality. And that needs to start from home. And by home, I mean with yourself. So it's important for us to understand or perceive ourselves as equal and not give or expect special treatment. I think that's very important because you made the point about investors. It is important that you don't go out there raising money as a woman entrepreneur or as a woman leader. I correct people when they call me that. I said, no, I'm an entrepreneur and I'm a leader. And you give me money because I am equal to a fellow entrepreneur. Yes, of course, there are, debates about opportunities. And by all means, all of us on this panel have, the luxury to provide that opportunity to other women
Yes.
and to open up several doors, which is important, and that's the responsibility that we have. But it should not be unfair because when you do a favorable thing for a woman who is probably not as equipped as a man, you end up letting the men perceive women as unequal. So it's a cycle which we must not fall into. So if your organization has flexible working hours, it should be for everyone, so that the guy in the organization who has the flexible working hour passes on that luxury to his spouse, who can avail, and probably she doesn't have those. So these are the small things that probably all colleagues on this panel can contribute towards. And we must lastly stand up to the choices that we have made. If we choose to prioritize our home or kids or family, and we have to sometimes, we should not be apologetic about it. It's a choice we are making. It's not about being stronger or being more powerful. It's a choice we make, we stand up to it, and that's true equality.
So thank you so much, Neha. I think the other day, Dr. Crystal and I were discussing about how we women have this guilt, and it's not about actually that. It's okay to be imperfect sometimes. We are women, but and not gods. So we cannot be like doing everything correct at each point of time. We can have our own shortcomings, and let's accept it the way we are, and let's give time and space to us also, so that we can better care of all those who are around us. So from here, I'm handing over this webinar to my co-host. Hi, Aprajita, you can take it from here. Aprajita, are you there?
Well, yeah, I'm here. Thank you so much, ma'am. Once again, a big and warm welcome to all you lovely, wonderful ladies and successful women leaders. I am Aprajita, your co-host for this webinar, and I am going to speak to our panelist. I'll take Beau Wangtrakuldee, if at all I'm mispronouncing your name. So please, I apologize, just apologize for this. So Beau, she is our Soy CEO. And my question to you would be that what lessons have you learned from your struggle or your journey that you've taken as an entrepreneur?
Sure. So I'm Beau, and my company is Armorsui. We are currently building the first direct-to-consumer protective wear brand, targeting healthcare professionals, really valuing health and safety above the bottom line. We just, in many countries, are still in pandemic where a lot of healthcare professionals are not protected because of really cheap quality. Things that doesn't fit women, and also disposable PPE products. So we're focusing on reusable, size inclusive products and made of sustainable material that could be reused and rewashed over time, and also could be monitored through digital platform. And so this business actually started from my own professional experience that was, not gender inclusive. I am a PhD material scientist. I work in the laboratory for many years, and I was hurt in a chemical spill accident because my own PPE, my lab coat did not protect me. And it take me, not being able to find product for myself, having a hard time buying a really high quality products, that this idea came from a lunch with many of my girlfriends who got hurt working in a similar environment. So what I have to say is, there are many problems to be solved around gender inequality. And it's about, looking at figuring out solutions to really solve that problem in the world that inspire entrepreneurship, like what we're talking about. And from, I think, entrepreneurship perspective and fundraising, I think the more women take chances in themselves and furthering themselves, that they have what it takes to build a great business, I think we are going to solve more and more and bring more equality into entrepreneurship.
Thank you so much, Beau. And I hear that you were running short of time and you wanted to leave early from this webinar.
Yeah,
so thank you so much for your amazing, beautiful words
over here,
and
so.
taking a personal stride. Yeah, absolutely. So we can relieve you now. Thank you so much for joining us today and taking a personal struggle and owning it and working towards this resolution of that is such a commendable thing that you have done, a commendable feat that you have achieved, and acted as a role model for each one of us here. So thank you again. And I would now like to move on to Juhi Upadhaya. Juhi Upadhaya is the founder and director of Sakhi Healthcare. And my question to you would be, Juhi, as you know, the theme for International Women's Day 22 as Gender Equality Today for a Sustainable Tomorrow, did you ever during your journey experience anything holding you back kind of situation? If yes, let us know how you overcame it and your overall experience about it. And if no, then what made you so strong towards your goal?
Okay. Firstly, I would like to wish all the lovely women here a very happy Women's Day. And I think, as many of them said, that celebrating women just does not need a single day. We every day in our life we do so many things which already needs to be celebrated. So women don't need a particular day to be celebrated. So coming back to your question, Prajita, to be very honest, I haven't faced anything in particular about being, this gender inequality, wherein I have been not given an opportunity just because I'm a woman.
Right.
But yes, what made me going was, because I come from a background wherein I have never seen my family differentiating between boys and girls. I have all sisters at my place, and then I have my few cousins who are my brothers. So we have all had the same kind of upbringing. The rules were same for everyone, be it a boy or a girl.
Mm-hmm.
But when I stepped out in the world, like when I started working, what I saw was, because we have been staying in a patriarchal society for such a long period of time, somewhere women themselves have also taken a backseat in their life. They have become, they have started preparing their mindsets like that they have given somebody that authority above them, that they cannot function beyond that. So when we talk about this gender bias or breaking the bias, I think we as women, more than the society, we need to break those biases or those perceptions for ourselves, that what we need to challenge our own potentials. So if you can challenge your potentials on a like when you start challenging your potentials, I think there is nothing in the society that can stop you from achieving what you want in your life.
Aarti Kapila is co-founder and board director of OsteoSkill India Private Limited and Sculpt Partners Inc. And my question to her would be, what is your daily dose of motivation that keeps you going as a woman entrepreneur?
Hi, thanks Smita for inviting me on this panel with all these amazing entrepreneurs. And what inspires me every day is my family. I've had unconditional support, whether it was in my marital home or it was in my parents' home. I've never ever had the um, feeling of being, stood apart from others. In fact, in our house, the women are more powerful than the men are. Women were given a better platform than men were. So I would say I've been supported by unconditionally by my family, whether especially now in my marital home. It's been my in-laws who've inspired me to study further, who have this faith in me that I can achieve something, and they've never stopped me from doing what I wanted, ever. Whether I wanted to study more, whether I wanted to do work, whether I wanted to set up my own business. In fact, while before setting up this business, while I was working for Clove Dental, being a founding member of Clove Dental, it was their support that led me to set up this amazing chain that has 350 centers today in India. It is Asia's largest dental chain, right? And now setting up these two businesses, it's them, and not just them, it's my business partners that motivate me to go to work every day to achieve what I want to achieve. So I will say that it is their support, whether it was the men, the women, the children, everybody who have helped me get where I am today. And I'm not saying that bias does not exist outside, it does, but for me, I've not faced it, at least within my own family. Outside, yes, but not within my own family ever. And that's what motivates me to get to work every day.
Those
I think that answers
words of wisdom,
of
yeah, of course. And no matter how much struggle we go through as women, but there is always this fact which remains true forever, that we all need the kind of support that, pushes us ahead. And for that, I would really like to
Agreed.
thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your words. And I would like
Just
to
one
hand
more
over.
thing that I would, one thing
Yeah,
that I'd like to add is that we are not islands. We can't exist in silos. We need support, and there's no harm in asking for help, because
absolutely.
if
No
you
man's
don't
an
ask for
island.
help, nobody knows you need that help, right? So, and that's how
Okay,
you grow. Tomorrow it
absolutely.
could be one of the beautiful ladies sitting here who I may need help from, or they may need something from me, but it's that synergy that helps us grow, is what I always believe.
Believe me, there is no shame in asking for help when you really require it, because that bonds us together, that builds up together. Each one of us is here for, other person. So thank you so much again. So I would like to hand over the mic back to my Smita ma'am, and I would like her to continue with the journey on this webinar. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Rajita. Let's applaud Garima Juneja. She's the founder and psychologist of Lightroom Therapy and Counseling. So, hi, Garima. Welcome to International Women's Day celebration at Medicircle.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me here, and congratulations to all of you. I think kudos to all of us. We've come a long way.
Definitely. So, but there are so many other women who are still struggling with their own ventures, and this webinar is a motivation for those women also. Like, let's not give up until you have reached the pinnacle of your successes, because again, it's definitely going to help you out. The perseverance and the resilience will definitely rose to the heights which you are actually looking for. So, Garima, my question to you is what's your International Women's Day message to all those lovely women out there?
Yeah. So, I really admire this "break the bias," slogan, and I think first of all, I would like to just comment on this. As a psychologist, I feel that when I'm basically going through therapy sessions, I feel that lot of the thinking that we have today is ingrained in us while bringing up, while our upbringing, or while
Upbringing.
right. So in a way, I think that breaking the bias should start at the conditioning level. We all are only handling the crisis by introducing women reservation bill, and we are having International Women Day. But I think it should be a part of our conditioning. While a mother is bringing up the daughter or son, I think we should not introduce any biasness. We should not ingrain in them that, okay, fine, this is the specific role for a boy and this is a specific role for a girl. I think we should definitely take this role quite in a responsible manner, because here, this is the beginning, and this is the solid conditioning which happens. And let's deal with it proactively. Let's not deal with the crisis only. Then only we'll be able to break the bias, I guess, in a true manner. Secondly, coming back to entrepreneurship, I think women mostly suffer with guilt, as we know. She has many qualities. She's empathetic. She's a multitasker, as we all of us mentioned over here. But yes, she suffers from guilt all the time, and she has this view that she should be. She's most of the women suffer from this superwoman syndrome, where they want to perform in every area of life. They want to be perfectionist, and they want to prove it to the world that they're perfect, in every area. I think that there is a need for us to give up on that. We should know what are our strong points and what our weak points are, and we should navigate accordingly. And we should not try to, and also let's be more of ourselves. Let's put ourselves not only as a mother, not only as a daughter, not defining too much to the roles. Let's be much more than that. Let's invest in ourselves. And I think there is a struggle which goes on with all of us, and I think we should embrace the struggle. As an entrepreneurship, I went through a lot of struggle, and I'm still going through it. So I take each one step at a time, and in the beginning it would come across as a big mountain, but let's take one step at a time. And in the end, I would like to say that the best view is only possible after the hardest climb. So that's all from me. Thank you so much for listening to me.
So thank you so much, Garima. This was really great to talk to all the lovely women out there. So let's conclude today. This was a truly brainstorming webinar. From all insights and valuable inputs given by our women entrepreneurs, we truly believe that each one of us is a winner here. We at Medicircle would like to thank all our panelists for their enriching experiences they shared with our viewers today. It takes a lot to talk about this on the live platform, and we are thankful to each panelist for their contribution, not only towards society, but also towards the growth of India as a whole. We at Medicircle look forward to supporting and promoting women entrepreneurs to conquer the world. Thank you very much for sharing your wonderful journey with us. It was truly exciting, motivating, and most importantly, inspiring for all the women out there watching us. Thank you.